Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English. This is Mukesh Soni. Friends, in this video we are going to have a discussion of open elective titled Speaking and Listening Skills question paper of the examination September October 2022 examination. We are going to have a discussion of October 2022 examination of open elective titled Speaking and Listening Skills open elective under Bangalore University under BU Speaking and Listening Skills question paper discussion of 2022 examination. So let's begin it. The first part of this question paper, answer all the questions in a sentence or two each. So there are three segments. One is a 2 marks, 5 marks and 10 marks. So first we are going to have a discussion of 2 marks questions. So friends, in this section, as per this question paper, there is no choice. All questions are compulsory. So 2 marks, 10 questions and totally 20 questions. To begin with, first question, introduce your sister to your principal. So it's about introduction to somebody else, introduction of someone. Good morning, sir, please meet my sister, Miss Sheela. Hello, sir, this is my sister, Miss Sheela. So you can write like this. Second, what is syllable and stress? The meaning of syllable: a syllable is a sound segment higher than phoneme but distinct from the word or morpheme. For example, the word grammar is made up of two syllables, gra and mer, and the first syllable is here gra, that is made up of two consonants and one vowel, while the other syllable mer is made up of one consonant and a vowel. So the most important sound in the syllabus is always a vowel sound. Stress. What is the meaning of stress? The degree of force with which a speaker pronounces a sound or a syllable is called as a stress. The rhythm of the language is based on stress. I I repeat, the degree of force with which a speaker pronounces a sound or a syllable is called as a stress. The rhythm of the language is based on stress. Stress is the intensity or the prominence given by the syllable. So this is a 2 marks question. Difference between syllable and stress. Third question, define formal speech. Formal speech is a type of speech which is used in formal or serious situations. For example, workplace environment, job interviews, speaking to an individual of authority, delivering a lecture, making a presentation, motivating the audience, hosting a business, or like me, speaking on YouTube channel where I'm discussing the question papers. It's a formal speech. What are the functions of languages? There are few functions of languages like greeting, making request, complaining, apologizing, asking, giving permission, instruction and direction, agreeing and disagreeing, seeking for advice, giving for advice, and inviting. Question number 5, mention any three barriers to listening: general distractions, environmental factors, technology, multitasking, sense of superiority, that I can listen everything. So these are the barriers to listening. Question number 2, what is hearing? Hearing is receiving sound waves through your ears. On the other hand, listening means hearing but with understanding what you have heard, with understanding. Then question number 7, what is the goal of presentation skill? So there are few goals of presentation skill. Number 1, to develop and improve communication skills. Number 2, to understand the dynamics of presentations. Number 3, to improve the skills of research. Number 4, to strengthen the performance skills like verbal and non-verbal communication, to increase confidence level, and to promote critical and reflective thinking. These are the objectives or the goals of presentation skill. Question number 8, name the sub skills of listening. So the sub skills of listening are receiving, understanding, evaluating, remembering, and responding. They are called as the sub skills of listening. Mention any two useful expressions while making presentations. So like using gesture, body language, eye contact, movement, intonation, posture, your facial expression. So these are the various expressions which we do show while making the presentation. Last question for 2 marks. What is listening? Listening is receiving language through the ears. Listening involves identifying the sounds of speech and processing them into words and sentences. So, friends, these are the 10 questions, each for 2 marks, and all 10 questions are compulsory. So, as of now, we have discussed here 20 marks questions. Now, we are moving to the second part of the question paper where you need to answer 4 questions. Each question is for 5 marks. So, out of 6 questions, you are going to attempt here 4 questions. Now, this is a very practical question. Write any apology context on a topic of your choice. So first you try to understand what is apology context. Here it's very simple to say, in a very simple language, you are going to write a dialogue in which you will showcase a kind of situation where you are apologizing. You are asking sorry in a very formal condition, as well as preparing a kind of a situation. That's called here apology context. So simple way, you are creating dialogues which show some sort of apology. Here this is for 5 marks. So we have one dialogue here: late for meeting. So person A says, hey, I'm really sorry I'm late for meeting. Traffic was unexpectedly heavy. B, no problem, things happen, just glad you made it. Let's catch up on what we have discussed so far. Second situation: forgot a friend's birthday. So, speaker A, oh no, I can't believe I forgot your birthday. I'm really sorry. It's okay, don't worry about it. Life gets busy, but a belated celebration wouldn't hurt. So, like this, you can create the dialogues or the conversation for apology context. Now, moving up next, again, you need to create a kind of conversation or the dialogue, which where you need to showcase like somebody is asking for permission and you are giving permission. So we have an interesting dialogue here. A says, hey, I was wondering if it's okay if I borrow your bike for a couple of days. I need to go for shopping and it would be really helpful. So B says, sure, I don't mind lending you my bike. Just make sure to take good care of it. It's in the garage and you can grab it whenever you're ready. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. I'll be careful with it and make sure to lock it up whenever I'm not using it. No problem at all. Just give me a heads up when you are done with it so I know when to expect it back. Absolutely, I'll let you know. And if there's any issue or damage, I'll make sure to cover the cost of repairs. That's thoughtful of you. Just enjoy your shopping, and the bike should serve you well. So, you're asking for permission, you're asking to use the bike, at the same time, the next person is giving permission. So, like this, you need to create a situation. Now, we are moving to the third question from the listening topic. What is the process of listening? What is the process of listening? Number one, the listening. What is the process of listening, or which are the stages of listening? Any one question. So there are 5 stages in the listening process: receiving, understanding, evaluating, remembering, and responding. Now let's have discussion one by one. Number one, receiving stage. The first stage of the listening process is the receiving stage, which involves hearing and attending. Second, understanding stage. Understanding or comprehension occurs when both the speaker and audience share an experience of meaning and constitutes the first step in the listening process. This is a stage during which the audience determines the context and meanings of the words they hear. Third stage is here evaluating stage. This stage of listening process is the one during which the listener assesses the information they received. both qualitatively and quantitatively. Evaluating allows the listener to form an opinion of what they heard and, if necessary, to begin developing a response. So, during the evaluating process or stage, the listener determines whether or not the information they heard and understood from the speaker is well constructed or disorganized, biased or unbiased, true or false, significant or insignificant. The fourth stage is here, remembering stage. In the listening process, the remembering stage occurs as the audience categorizes and retains the information they have gathered from the speaker or for the future's access. The result memory allows the person to record information about people, objects, and events for later recall. This process happens both during and after the speaker's delivery. And the last stage is here, the last process of listening is here, responding stage. The responding stage is the stage of the listening process wherein the listener provides verbal or non-verbal reactions based on short or long-term memory. Following the remembering stage, a listener can respond to what they hear either verbally or non-verbally. Nonverbal signals can include gestures such as nodding, making eye contact, tapping a pen, fidgeting, scratching, or cocking the head, smiling, rolling the eyes, grimacing, or any other body language. These kind of responses can be displayed purposefully or involuntarily. Responding verbally might involve asking a question, requesting additional information, redirecting or changing the focus of a conversation, cutting off a speaker, or repeating what a speaker has said back to her in order to verify that the received message matches the intended message or not. So, this is the process of listening or stages of listening. Question for 5 marks. Now we are moving to the next question for 5 marks. Explain the barriers of listening or barriers to listening. Question. Now here, few barriers. General distractions. So distractions can include the things like background noise, colleagues interrupting. Try limiting these types of distractions to improve your listening abilities. Then environmental factors. The environmental factors like room lighting, temperatures can impede, stop the listening process. To optimize a meeting room or other workspace, you should make sure the room is quite bright, cool, which can encourage alertness. So I have given barriers as well as the solution or the answers or the remedy, we can say. Cognitive limits, inadequate sleep, feeling hungry, disorganization, or lack of preparation for your work can make it more difficult to focus effectively. You cannot listen for a long time. So, what should we do? To help keep your focus as strong as possible, make sure you get plenty of sleep at night and eat a healthy diet. Last barriers to listening is here technology and multitasking. Although technology can improve the workplace in many ways, it can also be distracting. You might feel like you are successfully multitasking if you are listening to a speaker or on a conference call while answering emails. So, however, multitasking may also make your listening less effective. So, to ensure you are giving your full attention to someone who who is talking to you, try to pause other task until you finish your conversation. So these were the barriers to listening. Now the last question for 5 marks. As I mentioned here, out of 5 questions, you need to select 4 questions. So what are the useful expressions while making presentations? So which are the do's, especially do's or don'ts while making presentations? Number 1, greet your audience, introduce yourself and give the topic, giving the presentation. Stating purpose in presentation gives the idea of the speaker's intention. It justifies the topic of the presentation. Means to say, you speak about the objectives of a presentation. Why are you speaking on this topic today? Third one, give an outline. That means giving the picture of the main idea, subsidiary idea of the topic. Give a gist in the beginning, objective as well as gist. To give preliminary information about the topic, one should have clear vision about the topic. Go thoroughly about the topic. Have a clear vision. By knowing the speech context of a conversation, we can easily understand the message and we can make feedback clearly and appropriately. While presenting any topic or any products, it's important to concentrate on the important points. So while giving presentation, you should concentrate on the important points. And few more things I would like to mention here which I have not mentioned. Number one is here, have a good pace. Don't speak too fast, don't speak too slow. Secondly, use your body language very appropriately, like use of your facial expression, gesture, posture, eye contact, especially your movement on the stage. So use your body language very effectively so that your presentation will be more effective, and speak without any grammatical error. So these, out of those five questions, you'll be asked four questions. So 4 into 5, 20. So as of now, we have discussed here how many? 20 plus 20, 40 marks question paper. Now we are moving to the last section of a question paper is here, 20 marks. So out of three questions, you need to opt two questions each for 10 marks. So let's have a discussion of 10 marks question. So what is syllable, stress and intonation? Name the English vowels and consonants. Now let's begin it. So first understand what's the meaning of syllable. Syllable is a unit of spoken language that forms an entire word or parts of the words. Syllables are usually made up of a single vowel sound or any surrounding consonant sound. For example, there's a word here, butter. Now, butter has two syllable. One is but, next is t. So, butter, butter. So, there are two syllables here. Now, a syllable is a single, unbroken vowel sound with a spoken word. They typically contain a vowel or two vowels if one is silent, perhaps one or more accompanying consonants. There will definitely maybe some consonants. All words are made from at least one syllable. At least, for example, pronoun I. So I has one syllable, right? Pronoun me, it has one syllable. Pronoun you, it has one syllable. Syllables are sometimes referred to as the beats of a word. That from its rhythm and breaking a word into syllables can help English learners with phonetic spelling. Another way to describe a syllable is a mouthful of word. Now, next is here, take an example here. Let's take the example, the word tie in the examination. See, it's a 10 marks question. You need to support your answer with a lot of examples. Then you can get the best marks. So let's see this word here, tie, T-I-E, tie. Tie has one syllable. Second, rescue. Rescue, res plus Q. There are two syllables. Alphabet, alphabet. Alphabet has three syllables. Alphabet. Activity, activity, activity. So there are four syllables here. Activity. Electricity has five syllables. Electricity. Electricity has five syllables. So this is a very basic way to learn the sounds of English by breaking the words into chunks. Now let's move on to the stress. What's a stress marker? Sometimes you might have seen in the dictionary some sort of apostrophe on a particular letter. That's called stress. It's not the we are not talking about a body stress. So we are talking about the language stress here. Stress is the emphasis given to a specific syllable or a word in speech, usually through a combination of relatively greater loudness, higher pitch, and longer duration. Look, I have read this line with a lot of stress here. I said, just a minute. I said duration, duration. So I'm giving more stress on Asian. Asian. So this called here stress with some sort of loudness, some sort of high pitch. Syllable is a part of a word that is pronounced with one uninterrupted sound. It is also important to remember that we stress the vowel sound of the word, not the consonant sound of the word. So we shall have discussion very soon, the vowels and the consonant sounds. The stress placed on syllables in a word is called lexical stress or a word stress. Stress placed on some words within a sentence is called sentence stress or prosodic stress. So these are the two types of stress we have here. Now we are moving to the word stress. Take the word garden, for example. It has two syllables, gar-done. The stress is placed on gar. So we say garden, garden, right? We don't say garden, not garden, right? Garden. So similarly, given below are some examples. The stress syllable are written always in the capital letter to understand. Water, water, not water, water, water. So you can see here WA, the first sound is given more stress here. Water. I want a glass of water. Station, station. STA is given more stress here. Station. Please drop me at the railway station, right? Then people, people, not people, people, people. Let's meet the people today. Okay, now I hope you are able to understand what is word stress. Now we are moving to some next level is here, sentence stress. Sentence stress is the way of highlighting the important words in a sentence. Unlike in word stress, you can choose where you can place the stress. Selecting which words to stress depends on the meaning and context. Remember, however, if the stress is not used correctly, the sentence might be misinterpreted. So, for example, we have here one imperative sentence, one instruction: close the door. If I say close the door, something very dead body speaking. So we need to give more stress here on the two words here: close, door. So look at here, one is noun and one is verb, and we don't give stress on the. We always give stress on the noun, verbs, adjectives, and stress. So close the door. What did he say to you in the garden? What did he say to you in the garden? Look at here. There's no stress on did. There's no stress on to. There's no stress on you. There's no stress on in. There's no stress on the article the. There's a stress on the WH word. There's a stress on the pronoun he. There's a stress on the verb say. There's a stress on the word garden. So what did he say to you in the garden? In the garden, right? It ends with a question mark. So when question mark, it should go with a rising intonation. Now next, have you seen the new film of Tom Cruise? Have you seen the new film of Tom Cruise? So you cannot you need not say loudly the helping verbs like have. You need not say loudly the article the. You need not say loudly the preposition of. So you need to give more stress where the on the verbs, right? Especially verbs, the action words which you say in simple language. Okay, adjectives, adverbs, and important nouns. So let's repeat: close the door. What did he say to you in the garden? Have you seen the new film of Tom Cruise? So this is about the sentence stress. Okay, so let's now move further. Intonation. Now let's move further. Intonation. Intonation is a variation of a pitch in the spoken language. Intonation indicates our emotions, our attitudes. It determine it determines the difference between statements and questions and sometimes highlight the importance of the verbal message which we are giving out. In English, there are three basic intonation patterns. One is falling intonation, rising intonation, partial fall rise intonation. So how what do we listen in music? In music, we listen only the intonation. Basically, all the words. The script is made of words. If you put the intonation there, it becomes a music. Then falling intonation. Falling intonation describes how the voice falls on the final stressed syllable of a phrase or a group of words. It is used in expressing complete, definite thought and asking WS questions, especially on the WS questions. Where is the nearest police station? She got a new dog. Now, rising intonation. Rising intonation describes how the voice rises at the end of the sentence. Your dog can speak. Are you hungry? That's now partial intonation. Partial intonation describes how voice rises, then it falls. People use this intonation when they're not sure. They have more to add to a sentence. We also use this intonation pattern to ask questions as it sounds more polite. Would you like to have some coffee? I want to go to France, but I want to go to France, but would you like to have some coffee? So, very polite question. So now the last part of this question here, it has asked name the English vowels and the consonant sounds. So I'm not going to read here. You can draw this chart, and the source of this chart is here teachingenglish.org.uk or British Council website. And one more thing, if you want to improve your pronunciation, you can download this chart. It's a voice based one. You can tap by using the mouse, and each symbol will produce particular sound. So now we are moving to the next question. Next question we have here, introduce yourself first and make a presentation on the topic deforestation. Deforestation. So here you have presentation skills. Okay, so obviously you are going to prepare the slides. What slides which you prepare on the desktop, on the laptop. Here you are going to prepare the slides by using the boxes. Okay, first and foremost, obviously as a speaker you need to say about you. Hello everyone, I'm Mukesh Soni. I'm Manish Sharma. Today I'm going to give a presentation on the topic deforestation. So like this, I'm not going to read the slides here. You can go through it. The first slide, topic slide, then the theme slide, second is introduction, then the causes of deforestation, the next one effects of deforestation, then solutions, then conclusion, and the last one is your thank you slide. So remember, this question is for 10 marks. Your slide should be more elegant. Do some sort of decoration, use some color pencils, you make some borders quite more impressive. I've just given here 3 plus 4 7, but as this question is for 10 marks, there should be at least 10 slides. Remember, there should be how many? 10 slides should be there because this question is for 10 marks. Now we are moving to the last question of your question paper. That's for 10 marks. So out of these three questions, you are going to opt here 10 on. You are going to opt here two questions, each for 2 marks. Describe briefly the strategies of listening. What are the strategies of listening? How can you improve? What are the strategies of effective listening? So we can use here 6 important steps or 6 important strategies to improve your listening skills. Number one, be attentive. So the successful listener hear it the first time. They are focused on the speaker and in the moment. Have you ever had someone tell you something and then ask you a question afterwards and not have any idea what to answer? You probably thought you were listening, but it is very easy for our minds to stray. Practice mindfulness by consciously eliminating distractions from a mind and body. Shut off your switch off your smartphone, close your door, and move from the computer screen when you are talking to somebody. So you be attentive. Number one. Number second strategy is here, ask questions. So very important, questioning skills. We are very poor in questioning skills. Sometimes we, as a student also, we don't ask the teachers. So the day we will learn this questioning skill, we will become the best and effective listener. So one of the ways you can stay in the moment is to ask clarifying questions. Repeat what you think the speaker was saying to gain clarity and understanding. What I think you are saying is, often people's comments are open to interpretation. So show your desire to understand while reinforcing what you're listening. Third one is here, don't interrupt unnecessarily. When somebody is speaking, use the acronym wait. Why am I talking? If someone interrupt you, you can say wait, please wait, let me finish. to keep your comments relative to the speaker's thoughts. Often I observe people ask questions just to transition the conversation in another direction. Interject your questions or thoughts at appropriate intervals so not to throw the speaker off track. Then use your body language. That's very important. If you want to be a good speaker, effective speaker, use your body language very effectively. Face to face, you can convey you are listening by nodding your head, smiling, maintaining eye contact. Public speakers are taught to actively engage an audience by making eye contact with one person at a time. You can pick up subtle non-verbal cues from watching the speaker's body language. Are they listening away or you, or they are leaning in? So they have the do they have arms crossed? Sound basic. 55% of the communication is conveyed only through the without using the words through the body language. Empathize. Stephen Covey has used a phrase called seek first to understand, then be understood. That's my goal while listening, that you should think my goal is here to first to understand, then I'll be understood. In order to effectively hear what the speaker is saying, try to look at it from their perspective. It's very easy to jump to conclude and judge when you don't put ourselves in the other person's shoes, and it's difficult to withhold judgment. Good listeners do this. Set aside all the filters and just listen. Take notes. Muscle memory works. Note taking can be done in person or over the phone also. Not only will note taking reinforce what is being told, but also it provides you with a permanent record to refer back to in future. People are flattered when you take notes. Ask if it's okay before doing so. So, friends, we can say here effective listening has been shown to positively impact your career, relationships, and ability to lead. Remember, listening plays an important role. If you're not a good listener, you cannot solve any problems in your life. You cannot bring you cannot be a good decision maker. Be a good listener, be an effective listener. So, friends, thank you so much. I have tried to solve 2022 question paper of speaking listening skills open elective under English stream. Uh, be stay connected with my channel. Very soon we are getting 2023 question paper also, examination of March and April. Thank you. If you have liked this video, click on the like button, write in the comment box. If you're not yet subscribed my channel, please do subscribe. Thank you. Stay in tune with Mukesh English. Dear friends, thank you so much for watching this video. You can reach me at mukeshenglish@gmail.com. Please do subscribe the channel. Click on the like button for more videos on literature, workbook, pronunciation, grammar, communication skills, presentation skills, interview skills. Stay in tune with Mukesh English. Thank you once again.